Next one is scope of botany. Since ancient time, the human beings started depending on the plants either directly or indirectly, and for the development of our environment, there's a need of knowing about the plant sciences. That is for development of agriculture, horticulture, forestry, agronomy, and all these branches have to be developed. Means we should have at least little concept related to the plant sciences. And here, when the plant sciences will develop, then only we can know how the new techniques are helping in the increase in the crop production. Likewise, in the ancient time, when the wild species were very much present, they started converting them into the domesticated species, which are useful for them in the form of food materials. Later, as the production of these crops was not in par with the growing population, now in 1960s, the population was increasing drastically such that the crop production was not enough for the growing population. At that time, there a need of increase in the crop production. So at that time, M.S. Swaminathan, he had started green revolution in India. During 1960s, M.S. Swaminathan had started green revolution because there was a severe scarcity of food grain production, and he had taken the concept from Mexican dwarf variety. Mexican dwarf variety was an high yielding variety. So he brought that Mexican dwarf variety to India and crossed with our native varieties, and he produced a new variety of wheat. That is the way how the crop production have been drastically increased because of the hybridization experiments which were conducted by this Swaminathan scientist. Later, he had used the same concept for the increase in the production of rice and also in some of the commercial crops. So that is the way how that had helped in the increase in the crop production, that is called as green revolution. And Swaminathan is called as a father of green revolution in India. Likewise, the domesticated plant crop production was decreasing at that time. Now there is a need of increasing the crop production that had been done by green revolution, and now also there is a need of increase in the production of crop. So what was the basic thing how that green revolution was possible? Means the usage of fertilizers are increasing the soil fertility, or by using pesticides like these are the high yielding varieties, and all these have been used at that time. Nowadays, new concept was very much there, that is called as a genetic engineering. It is more technical thing when compared to the hybridization which was done by M.S. Swaminathan. In this process, the genes are transferred from one plant to the other plant. So particularly the desirable genes, that may be either disease resistant gene or the high yielding gene, will be transferred to the one plant species to the other plant species. That is the way how this the new genes will replicate inside the new host and start producing that particular character. That is the way how this biotechnology had been used in the development of plant sciences. Then the scientists had done many such experiments for the development of the plants. At the same time, the plant breeders, or they had started plant breeding, in which they started producing the hybrid varieties in maize, sugarcane, rice, wheat, etc. So this is a way how these hybrid varieties are produced by the plant breeding technique by the plant breeders, so which also helped in the increase in the production of the crop plants. The knowledge of plant physiology had helped in the rationalization of the fertilizers, usage, and also improving the soil fertility, which led to the production of the increase in the production of the crop plants. So that is the way how the mineral nutrition will be increased in the crop plants. So for that purpose the plants are being exploited for that purpose. Here the plants produce some hormones inside them. Those are called as a plant growth regulators or phytohormones. Here the phytohormones are of two types. Some are promoting the growth and development, those are called as plant growth promoters, and some are inhibiting the growth, those are called as plant growth inhibitors. So let us see some of the functions related to this which are useful for the agriculture and other fields, like weed controlling property. Like we know that many such unwanted plants will be growing in the agriculture field along with the agriculture crop. So here the most of the weeds are dicotyledonous plants. So there is an hormone, that is auxin, like 2,4-D and 2,4,5-T, 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid and 2,4,5-trichlorophenoxyacetic acid. These two auxins have the weed controlling property, that is weedicide property or herbicide property, the ability to kill the unwanted weeds and the herbs which are growing in the crop plants. Then removal of seed dormancy. Dormancy is a resting stage where the seed does not germinate under because of some abnormal conditions. So here when the seeds are in dormancy condition, the time taken for the germination will be more, so the production may not come in time. So when the seed dormancy have been removed, so this can be possible by some gibberellins. So gibberellin is one of the natural plant hormone which helps in the removal of the seed dormancy and promote seed germination. Next, increase in shelf life of vegetative or plants like spinach, green leafy vegetables. So here when this hormone, that is cytokinin, is sprayed on the plants, that will increase the shelf life of the vegetative parts of the plant body like in spinach. Then increase in vase life of flowers. In poinsettia like plants, when the cytokinins have been sprayed, so they also increase the vase life of the flower yielding plants. Same way, ripening of the fruits. Like banana, watermelon, etc. Like when the hormones like ethylene is a gaseous hormone which is sprayed on the unripened fruits, so they make them to ripen. Then root initiation from stem cuttings, that is the formation of roots from the cut part of the stem, which help in increasing the number of plants, so which is useful in the horticulture. So this is done by auxins. So these are some of the significances related to how the plant physiology is helping in the development of agricultural crops and agricultural productivity. Next one is related to phytopathology. Pathology is a study of diseases. Phytopathology means the study of plant diseases. So which will help in prevention and eradication of the diseases. Organ culture. So this is a part of tissue culture where any part of the plant is taken and that have been grown on the culture medium, which leads to production of more number of plants in short period of time. This concept of growing large number of plants in short period of time is called as micro propagation. This one help in the conservation of the endangered plant species and also rare species which are going to extinct, which will help in the development of paper mills, cotton mills, cloth mills, Ayurvedic pharmaceuticals, and sugar mills, etc. So all these the paper mills, cotton mills, cloth mills, Ayurvedic pharmaceuticals, sugar mills can be developed by botany. Apart from this one, some commercial useful products are derived from the plants like timber. There are many such timber yielding plants which are used in various purposes by human beings. Then beverages like tea, coffee. Apart from this one, condiments, rubber, tannins, resins, etc. Like many such commercial products are taken from the plants which are required for the development of the human life. And all these one, rubber, tannins, resins and gums, these are the secondary metabolites which are produced by the plants, and these secondary metabolites are not required for the plants but they are useful for the humankind. Apart from this one, essential oils and aromatic oils are also being produced by the plants which are required for humankind. And since ancient time, human beings were depending upon the plants for medicinal purposes. So like many such plants are there like belladonna, arnica, withenia, datura, digitalis, rauwolfia, so etc. Such many such plants are there in which the medicinal properties are required for the human beings. Apart from this one, there are some petroplants which are giving the diesel, we call it as biodiesel. So those plants are Pongamia and Jatropha. These are the plants which are rich in hydrocarbons. Here there are many such plants which are required for the nitrogen fixation like rhizobium, azotobacter, rhodospirillum. Such many such plants are there which are required for nitrogen fixation and improve the soil fertility. And at the same time, there are some unicellular organisms which are used in production of SCPs like spirulina and chlorella. So which is one of the most nutritious foodstuff, and mushrooms is one other which are highly nutritious food material for human beings. There are many such decomposers which are growing on the dead and decaying organic matter, which are useful for recycling of the minerals. And as we said that some of them are used as nitrogen fixation. So these are used as a biofertilizers like anabina and nostoc like examples. There are some plant species which are acting as soil binders. And the soil binders will protect the soil from erosion. So likewise, many such other significances are there related to the plant sciences. There are some algal members, particularly which are belonging to brown algae, which are useful in the production of iodine and algine like compounds. Same way, there are some red algae which are useful for the production of agar, and this agar is useful for the culturing of the microbes. Likewise, these are the starting from the unicellular microscopic algae to the highly developed angiosperms. Human beings are exploiting their characteristic features and useful for the development of the life process of the human beings.